But you are in park. Come on. I apologize, this beeping is going to be crazy annoying, but we're going to replace the shifter in this 2020 Chevy Camaro. As you saw earlier, it said shift to park, but the vehicle's obviously in park. There's probably a micro switch in this shifter that's bad and just needs replaced. So let's get started. Let's get this leather boot off and the shifter off. Got an assortment of pry tools here. Leather boot needs to come out here. Get the leather boot out. There's probably some little tabs here to get this thing down here. Yeah, 2 little tabs here. I have a little AC pick, get this underneath this tab here. Alright, once you get those tabs down, this should just be friction fit here. Oh. Okay, boot off. These side bolsters here, just pull up, off. We're going to have a 10mm bolt, 2 10mm bolts on each side. Let's zip those off. One there. One there. Same length bolt, other side. Okay. All right, now we've got the seats moved up and angled forward. Behind the seats are these 2 doors here. Behind here is going to be another 10mm bolt. I'm just going to show you this side. There's one on this side and one on the other side. Door off there. This one is sunk in there pretty far. Might want to get a magnet tool in here and boom, pull the bolt out. There we go. Hey, it decided to be quiet. Good deal. All right, leave that bolt there and pull out the one on the other side. Now we should be able to lift up on this thing from the back. And as it goes back, there's going to be some electrical connections. I'll go over those once we can see them. All right, you're going to have to use a little bit of strength. It's tucked underneath the rear seat. But again, once those 6 bolts are out, this thing is sliding out. So get underneath here, we're going to have some electrical connections. Let me see if I can support this and zoom in for you. Okay, with this guy up like this, looks like we got several connections. Let's do this large one right here, tab, pull out. So we got a red safety tab here, pull that back. Once you get that safety tab back, there's just a little black tab here. Push that down and pull that out. Looks like we got one more connection here. Just a regular tab and off. All right, we're gonna pull this thing out the rest of the way. Alright, that was pretty easy. Now we're after this shifter here. Let me move the camera around. Okay, tough to get a good angle for you here. Looks like we have some 10mm bolts that are holding this thing down. 1, 2, 3, 4. We've also got an electrical connection back here. It's got a little fir tree sticking in it back here as well. That'll have to be pried out. And this cable, looks like we need to remove this bolt here, and we'll have to finagle this this cable off as well. Might save that for the last step here, just to see how this goes. So let's remove these bolts here and this electrical connection. Okay. Bolts. Okay. Fairly simple so far, eh? Right. Let's undo this bolt and see what we got going on. I'm gonna have to stare at this a little bit more. I'll get right back with you. Okay, here's a little part comparison. There's the part number for you there, 84588250. Matches the old one here that we just pulled out. To get that shifter linkage out, after you undo the bolt here up top, the metal ring that goes around this goes completely around it. So the only way to get it out is to, basically I came at it from the back here and pried up on it here and popped it out. And this is really simple. This is just a little knob here that you gotta pry it off, and it's just a friction fit on there. Just pry it off there. Okay. Here's the new one. Let's go ahead and put the shifter cable back in it and reassemble this thing. Okay, here it is sitting back in. First thing is you put the shifter cable back on. Again, just push it down into there, tighten this bolt down, and then just push the end grommet back on there. I got your 4 10mm bolts cinched back down and the wiring harness plugged back in and the fir tree in there. Now let's put the center console back in. It's going to slide in up front here and then down in the back. All right, let's get her up and over this so we can get in the gear shift hole here. Okay, it looks good to me. Now let's pause here and plug our connections back in. Start with this one here. It looks like it's a ground. There, that one's in, and then this one here with that red safety tab, push it until it clicks. Push the red safety tab back in, and this large connector here last, push it in until she clicks. All right, sure everything looks like it's sitting how it kind of wants to under here. Looks like we've got a holder here. All right, let's put the center console back down. Okay, to get this back in the back seat, I found it easier just to lift up the back seat a little bit. Right here in the center, let me zoom out. Right here in the center is a clip. Just lift up here and push it back down. Okay, and that allowed me to tuck this back in underneath the seat. Insulation is really the reverse of removal. 10mm bolt here, and then close the door. Same on the other side. And then up front here, 10mm bolt here, 10mm bolt here. Same on the other side, so a total of 6 bolts. Now let's put the leather boot and the bezels back on here. Okay, and then getting the shifter on, just put the boot back on loosely, and then put this shifter knob back on till it clicks, and then raise the boot collar until it clicks onto the bottom of the shifter knob, and then just snap the leather boot back in. The last thing to do here is get these pieces back in. You can see these clips here on the bottom, so just take a look at where those line up down here, and loosely put them in there, and then push down. And that is that. Check it out, there's no warning for shift to park. Press brake to start. I like it. Fires up, and look, we've got our park, reverse, neutral, drive, and manual right there. Let's go through the gears. Neutral, drive, good. Neutral, reverse, park. Excellent. Hey, I'm Nick from Nick's Fix. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Catch you next time.